My name is Herman Anderson. I'm one of the co-hosts. Anthony Aiken is the other co-host. And we have three guests today that we will introduce shortly. We, WCEG Network, Veterans Today, and the other programs on this network, we are here to empower the community, and we are the Worldwide Community Empowerment Group. We speak life into the community, and there are several ways that you can listen to and watch this program. You can follow us on Facebook. You can follow us on Twitter. You can follow us on Instagram at WCEG _talk_ radio. And also there are, in addition to those options, we are live on we're streaming live on Facebook and YouTube, WCEG Talk Radio, Wcegtalkradio.com. You can follow us on, as I said, YouTube, and subscription is free. So those are several ways that you can enjoy the program today. We're gonna have a great program, and that's where we are. And we have, as we get ready to start, this week the Riverdale is along with a lot of other municipalities celebrating 9/11, first responder celebration, Afghanistan 20-year anniversary. So there's a lot going on, and on this program we're going to address those issues along with the regular issues. A few of the regular issues that we address is with veterans benefits and entitlement. So I'm going to have Anthony introduce himself, then we will have our other guests introduce themselves, and we'll move into the program.
Good job, Herman, and good to see you again, and welcome to all our guests today, and all of our listeners around the world. We've been doing this now for about 6 years, and it's so good to see such a beautiful group of guests today that's going to help us empower the community, because that's what we're all about. So as Herman indicated, we're going to start off with some key points of interest to some of our listeners, and then we'll get into our guest format. And one of the major things right now is it's on the table with a lot of veterans because of the current scenario with pandemic and COVID-19, is making sure that all veterans realize that they can really get their shots for free at any VA hospital. I actually saw this in action this week when I was at the main VA hospital and went by the COVID-19 testing area and asked some questions because I knew we would be on the air today. So you can actually go there, just present your card, your last initial, and your 4 numbers on your Social Security, and you can be able to get the COVID-19 test done. And a lot of folks are now at the stage of getting the booster shot, like myself. It's an 8-month period of wait. I received mine in January and February, and this coming October, I'll be able to receive the booster. So that's important news for veterans to know, and that's also open to their family members. So let other veterans know that capability is available, Herman. So that's a good start in regards to that, which I think is extremely important. So I have some other things to talk about, but Herman, let's get back to our guests and get them started before I come back again.
Sounds great. Ms. Williams, you're next. You may introduce yourself and also move into the program this weekend.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Anderson. Hello, everyone. My name is Ms. Shakiba Williams. I am the director of the Riverdale Town Center, the Office of Cultural Affairs, and also the Riverdale Amphitheater. So it's nice to be with everyone today. I'm here today just to announce that Riverdale, in partnering with Veterans Helping Veterans, has collaborated to put together a 9/11 observance on September 11th from 2 to 4. We will be remembering those who we've lost, and also uplifting those loved ones who have lost individuals due to the 9/11 attacks, and also the subsequent war that lasted for the 20 years since. Riverdale, the city of Riverdale is committed to working with our veterans. We do have a very large veteran population, a community here within the city. And we take any chance that we can get to work with the veterans in order to uplift them and uplift our community. So I'm excited for this event, and also the collaboration with the Veterans Helping Veterans organization.
Okay. Next, Bridget, would you give us a little details about what's going to happen Saturday and Saturday evening? And
my pleasure, Herman. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Bridget Renee. I am the CEO of Legacy Bridge Incorporated and a very proud member of Veterans Helping Veterans. I am their treasurer. And earlier this year, we had an amazing opportunity to collaborate with the city of Riverdale in the commemoration of September 11, 2001. So we were just super excited because as veterans, each and every one of us, it changed our lives in one shape, form, or another, whether it was financially, whether, we had to go overseas and serve, whether we were here serving, but it changed our lives in a lot of different ways. So we were very happy that we had an opportunity to not just collaborate with the city of Riverdale, but on a project this huge, because this is for, everyone, all the citizens of Clayton County. And we have a tremendous amount of veterans here in Clayton County. A lot of them, we got a lot that are with Veterans Helping Veterans, and we're very proud of that. Our membership is growing every month. We're growing strong, and we're really getting out there in the community. And this is just one project that we are working on this year. And what we're doing, helping the city plan for the main event, which is from 2 to 4 at the Riverdale Town Center. And Veterans Helping Veterans will be hosting a reception afterwards. That will be from 4 to 8 o'clock. And it'll be at the same facilities inside. And we will be having like a DJ, raffles, and just being able to like fellowship. Because what we want to do, we don't want to send people away because the main event is going to be pretty somber, because it's a remembrance. And so it's going to be pretty somber, but we don't want, everyone, all of these veterans to walk away with that feeling. So we want to kind of leave them on a lighter note. So that's why we're holding the reception. And it's going to be, just a great day to celebrate. I checked the weather. The weather's going to be beautiful. So we are hoping that everyone is going to come out and just enjoy us to just remember the times.
Great.
That's so
Thank you.
That's so important because, veterans tend to cling to each other. We have a bond, a brotherhood, and it's a great way to share information. So I commend you for having such an event, and I think it will be totally successful.
Thank you. We're looking forward to it.
Before we move to Arthur, let me mention also it's first responders also are being a part of this program. We want to make sure that we emphasize first responders that were active during the 9/11 time, firemen, policemen, and people of that nation and their family. We, as Anthony say, veterans can tend to kind of go overboard and make it all about us. It's not all about us. We want to make sure we include everyone.
Yes.
Mr. Hughes?
Definitely. But I tell you, I can get very selfish when it comes to veterans. I can. So
Totally understand.
Well, we're definitely committed to focusing on the first responders. We do have a portion during the memorial where we do acknowledge all of the first responders and also the veterans as well. As a New Yorker and being in Georgia for about 2 years, I was there, firsthand with that tragedy. And you had the first responders who, went there to help to save lives, and then also to do the recovery. But then you also have first responders that went to war as well, that are veterans as well, So that is one of the reasons why with this collaboration, it just fit. It was just a easy, smooth, partnership to work, because you do have those people who play those dual roles.
Yeah. Well put. Very well put. Yeah, I agree totally.
Mr. Hughes?
Yes, good afternoon to everyone. Again, my name is Arthur Hughes, originally from Knoxville, Tennessee. I have been living in Riverdale for 27 years. Supported a lot of programs, veteran programs in Riverdale. And basically, I'm just a foot soldier. I try to fit in where I can get in. It's been a pleasure serving veterans, and I guess that's my purpose in life, because I enjoy it and it's my passion. And my life goal is to always treat people like you wanted to be treated. And I guess, and not boasting on myself, but I guess that's why I've had pretty good success, because I don't take anybody for granted. When I was doing veteran programs at the Georgia State, Georgia Tech, the VFW, I always would tell them, other organizations can outspend me, but they can't outthank me. So I always stood on that, and I'm just glad to be a part of this program. And I thank all the participation that is, and the participants that are making this 9/11 program move forward have done an outstanding job, and I'm proud to be a part of that team.
Well, it's good to see that airplane behind you. I can tell that you have a passion. I love that backdrop.
Yes, I'm in my man cave, and if you know anything about Riverdale, we had a auto ship dealer that was on the corner of Highway 85, right across from Krispy Kreme restaurant, and he moved to another location, and he didn't want to take that plane with him, so he offered it to me, and I took it. But my goal was for the Tuskegee Airmen to go ahead and get their own facility so I can donate it to them. But that hasn't happened, and I'm just still holding on to it. I have been offered a lot of money for it, but I've turned it down, and hopefully maybe Tuskegee Airmen will have their own facility one year, and I can get rid of it, and my wife will be happy too.
Okay, Anthony, what's your next?
Well, it's kind of somber that the next subject that I'm going to be presenting, but it's real. And that has to deal with veterans passing and making sure that veterans understand the importance of understanding the VA burial procedures and the guidelines. But the number one thing that I would like to mention to every veteran on air today and listening around the world is that you must have a copy of your DD Form 214. That DD Form 214 is a valuable document that when your time comes and you move on, that your family have this document in place that they can get things and benefits that you have earned. Remember the word earned, not given. We just had a veteran in my neighborhood that passed this week, unfortunately, 81 years old, who served in Vietnam, living with his daughter, but she did not have access to his DD Form 214. And if you understand the process of trying to get it, and I'm sure Herman will back me up on this because he has details on it, that if you don't have it, there's a process that you need to go through. But fortunately, he had been a patient at the VA hospital, and as a result of that, they had a copy of his DD Form 214 that his daughter could utilize, not only at the mortuary, but other locations to get things done for them. So again, please go to va.gov and take a look at the burial requirements and the burial benefits that the family members will have when that service member moves on to glory. So that's very, very important. So just prior to the show today, I spent 2 hours with this family going through that process with them, not only for the gravestone, but the delivery of the remains from Atlanta to Louisiana, where he's going to be interned, and also the benefits as far as monetary benefits that's going to come back to the family, even down to the flag for his grandson. So all of these things are very, very important. So all of us should be advocates to make sure that veterans that don't know the process to get the DD Form 214, that they start that. And number two, they understand the burial requirements that they've earned during their time in the military. So Herman, do you have that current information or information on the DD Form 214 that our listeners need to know about to get a copy if they don't have one?
I do have it. Before the program up, I will make sure I have it in front of me and present it. But that is everything you said is very important. We get calls weekly, more than once a week, with issues with obtaining the DD Form 214, and even in the beginning stage of filing the claim, disability benefits, even your education or housing, anything you need to do at the VA to get started, you need a copy of your DD Form 214. In most cases, when a veteran was discharged, we were given a copy, but it tended to disappear. So
with the advent now of social media, and Herman knows this about me, I've made sure that a copy of my DD Form 214 is on my phone, but it's also in my iCloud. So you can access it anywhere in the world, anytime you need it. So I keep it on my cell phone and on the iCloud. And I mentioned that to this veteran family this morning, and they never thought about it. I mean, just think about it. Even if you're not as computer savvy, as a veteran, you got niece, grandchildren, whatever, can help you with that process and making sure that it's readily available to any member of the family that needs to have access to it. Because during that period of grieving and all that, those things need to go on. So the key factor for any veteran is that DD Form 214. So when Herman comes back on later with that, that's going to be good information for you to share.
And I'll do that, but also, and we'll move on, but dealing with helping veterans with claims and benefits, technology is what we need to, we have to push everybody to use, because filing your claims, if you file it using va.gov e-benefits, it's a whole lot more straightforward and less complicated. But you just have to make sure that we are all in the information age and stay current in the information age.
Yeah, so you go to va.gov/burial-memorials. That's va.gov/burial-memorials. That will give you everything about the VA memorial benefits, being buried at a national cemetery, a private cemetery, everything you need to know, even down to the headstones and the whole 9 yards. So it's very good information to have readily available, and please share it as wide as possible, that veterans will know what they need to do, even to the point of getting assistance from the VA to help them through that process.
Yes.
Next,
a statement about that.
I was going to move to you. Go ahead.
As a daughter of a veteran who had passed away about 3 years ago, and we did not have DD 214, we struggled. We still struggle. even as of recently, me just trying to get a Navy federal account and proving that I am the child of a Navy veteran, was the difficulty still. So everyone, if you can definitely hear my voice as a child who had to bury her father, it is very important to have that document in the midst of grieving. And we don't know. I'm not from the military, never been in the military. So we went into it with no knowledge and no information. So, trying to grieve on top of the fact, trying to figure out and navigate a system that we've never been involved in was very, very challenging. And we did eventually got through it, and he is buried in one of the cemeteries in New Jersey, but it was definitely a challenging experience for us. So please, everyone, please have those available.
That is great.
That's real world.
Yes.
It is.
That's a real world situation, right?
So regarding tomorrow's event, is there any additional information you would like to provide? Or I know Riverdale is active again. You'd like to provide us any additional information about what's coming up?
Yes. So for tomorrow's event, I just want to say it is from 2 to 4. Everyone is welcomed. We do have an Eventbrite link, but you do not need to register for the Eventbrite link. You can just come on over to the Riverdale Town Center, which is at 7210, that's 7210 Church Street in Riverdale, Georgia. The event is outside. It is at the Riverdale Amphitheater. You do not have to bring any seating. We have the seats that are going to be provided. We will have the 116th U.S. Army Band that will be playing some patriotic music for the event. And we will acknowledge the 9/11 timeline from when the first attack happened all the way through. We will be doing that as well. So I just ask everyone just to come out and just take a moment to acknowledge what happened and just have some fellowship with us tomorrow. And we are doing safety precautions as far as COVID. So we are social distancing, and we will be having our mask and hand sanitizers as well. And as far as Riverdale is open. We've just opened back up for events effective July 1st. So we have a host of events that we will be planning for the rest of the year, as far as our Gospel on the Green event and our Veterans Day program that we're going to be doing, as well as our Christmas event and skating rinks and our tree lighting and Christmas parade. So please look on our website, the riverdalega.gov, for all of our events, or you can stop by the Riverdale Town Center to get a calendar of our events, or you can call 770-909-5300.
Great, thank you.
This 9/11 thing being the 20th anniversary of it and the effects of it, it's overpowering. I've not been back to New York since they've had the new memorial, but that's on my bucket list as soon as we get some clearance on this travel and pandemic situation. But just seeing this veteran that died this week in my neighborhood, first responders were there first. Fire department was there before the medics got there. But they were efficient enough to be able to stabilize this veteran until the EMS service arrived. And I was very pleased to hear when the ambulance team arrived, they indicated that they wanted a fireman, a first responder in the ambulance going to the hospital with them because they felt they were so competent in what they were doing to help them. So I applaud this. First responders are just tremendous, tremendous asset to help in a situation that 9/11 was involved with, and we've seen all other disasters around the country that are current and it will be in the future. So we got to salute them.
Yes,
Thank you.
thank you so much. The 9/11 event was it was so profound in everyone's lives. I think right after that, I became a New York City EMT in New York. And just to do that for 6 years and know when something happens, when something bad goes on, you know, the first responders are the ones that are rushing to the scene when everybody is rushing away, you know. And we would always say, you never call us when something is happy. You don't call 911 when you're happy and it's a great time. You know, you call when stuff is going awry. And just to have those people to be so professional and come in the midst of chaos and still be calm and still try to, you know, clear the situation. It definitely holds a great place in my heart. So I really would love everyone to come out and come and join us Saturday.
Yeah. You know,
Great.
that kind of reminds me, like when you do your expert field medical badge in the military, Army, they were basically first responders. I went to all that training, you know, because we're the ones on the battlefield that'll be taking a soldier back to the FEMA, forward edge of the battlefield. You know what I mean? And I'm sure you'll come and remember that, but you're out there up front, taking care of that wounded soldier and bring them back to the rear. So these first responders are the same type. I mean, you can look at Boston. Who was there first? First responders. I mean, they go into just like you said, they go into the storm, not away from it. So they're superheroes. It's not NBA or NFL or track, whatever. No, it's those first responders that are superheroes to keep things moving. And I salute them.
So Bridget, tell us a little bit more about tomorrow, and also we'll move into some of the other activities that veteran helping veterans are doing.
Okay, well, you know, one thing that we are providing like some vendors for the main event, and those vendors have a lot to do with like veterans health insurance and just life insurance as well. We have like, you know, Be Insured for Life and the Aurora Primary Care. So there are going to be some vendors there that are going to be able to talk to some veterans about, you know, how to get your, not just your military benefits, but more like, you know, when you become like a civilian, like that civilian type of veteran, you know, to get better medical care, to have access to better medical care, and to use your veteran status to get better, you know, more benefits in that civilian world. So that's a great thing. And we're going to have a vendor there who is, I'm not sure what the name is, but what they're going to be doing is providing like free tablets to veterans and to senior citizens, you know, the elderly, people who are on Social Security. They're going to have tablets there. The Biden administration, you know, they have a program where they're giving them away for free, plus free internet service that goes along with that. So we're going to have them there as well. And so it's not just an opportunity to come out and commemorate 9/11, it's also an opportunity to come out and discover all the types of like the entities that help veterans out. Because that's, you know, one of the main goals whenever we have like a veterans event. We don't want to just be about, because our biggest thing is helping veterans with their disability, the VA disability. But the thing is, when we have events, we want just a whole community of veterans for other options, you know, veterans who need just medical treatment, veterans who need insurance, veterans, you know, who are ready to purchase a home. So it's not just about, you know, just like the disability or whatever, but we as a community, we are always looking out for each other. So just come and get more information about the opportunities that you have, the benefits that you can come away with. It's very imperative that we understand what our rights are as far as being veterans.
Well, thank you very much. And that everything you said is what the organization Veteran Helping Veteran is all about, is why we founded it 9 years ago, which, and I mentioned that I just happened to look at our document, and we, September the 12th is our 9th year. So we've been around 9 years, and and we managed to survive. And we, as you mentioned, the key thing is, our bread and butter is helping veterans with their claims, but we want to grow, and we are growing and being able to help veterans with other activities and get veterans and their families involved in other activities. And I'm going to take a kind of a chance to, I mentioned it before we went live, but on October the 9th, Chairman Turner is having his 5th international ball. It's a ball that he's been having for 5 years, and it's at the Georgia International Convention Center. And he selected our organization as a nonprofit this year to receive the donation after the event is paid for. So we have that coming up, and we want everybody to participate. We're looking for sponsors and individuals to do that. But in addition to that, we want to let the metro community know, particularly Clayton County, that helping veteran is available, and we are here to help you with your benefits and entitlements. And the way to get additional information on that is to go to our website, Chairman Turner's website, which is www.chairmanturnersball.org, or you can call 770-369-4228. Again, www.chairmanturnersball.org, or call 770-369-1228.
Good information. Good information. Yeah. So that should be a successful event. I'm very happy that it's tied in with veterans, helping veterans. You guys do a great job in the 9 years you've been involved. And, we've had many guests from your particular organization. So we need to let our folks know that your organization is doing great things. I also have a nonprofit that helps with visually impaired veterans. I am a visually impaired veteran from my time in the military. And we have a nonprofit that is geared towards providing information of importance to veterans because, as we call it, accepting your new normal. The challenges is just be able to reinvent myself to make sure that I am still functional and still have some independence. So what we try to do is encourage, uplift, and let folks know about the different types of benefits and compensations for veterans that have visually impaired issue concerns. And that leads me into one thing that I mentioned to Herman prior to us getting on the show, is a program called Special Adaptive Housing. Special Adaptive Housing, which is a program geared towards helping veterans with these issues modify their homes to make it beneficial for them. And it helps those veterans who have permanent total service connected disabilities, and they can receive a grant up to $100,896 to eligible veteran to build or modify their homes to best suit their needs. Folks, I'm telling you, it's real because it happened for me. Just like the young lady talked about the first responder experience in New York, I'm telling you about this experience that happened to me, helped me here in Atlanta, Georgia. $100,896 that's available to you if you are permanently or total service connected disabilities. Please go online to check your eligibility for this SHA grant that will cover remodeling your bathroom, your kitchen, your bedrooms, covered patios, driveway, security system, concrete or asphalt floors, handrails, additional elements to your home. It's serious. And this is money that you have earned, money that you can get, and it's possible to get the Special Adaptive Housing Grant. So please go to the VA website and take a look at it, va.gov, and look under special adaptive housing and get your particular benefit that you've earned. I'm telling you folks, this is money that you've earned, and do not let it go away, please. So share the news to all veterans, and you don't have to just be visually impaired. It could be a veteran that have some type of other handicap, disability, loss of limb, loss, that type thing, that they're eligible for this if they have a permanent, totally service-connected rating from the VA system. So please, share that word.
Let me let our listeners know you're listening to WCEG Network, and you can watch us on at WCEG Network.radio. You can watch us live stream on Facebook, and you can subscribe to us on YouTube, and you can also watch us at WCEGTalkradio.com. And next we're gonna move to Mr. Hughes. Mr. Hughes, I know you have quite a wide range of things that you related to veterans. If you have anything that deals with this weekend, let us know about that. If not, we'll move to some of your other items that you're working on.
Well, thank you, Mr. Herman. But I would like to, if I could sort of throw the ball into Miss Williams' Park, if she could just tell us about the keynote speaker at the event and some of his background. If Miss Williams, would you be willing to speak on that?
Yes. So our keynote speaker for the event is Mr. John C. Metzler Jr. He is the former superintendent of the Arlington National Cemetery.
Wow, that's awesome.
And he was elated to fly down and come to speak to the first responders, speak to the veterans, and speak with the public about those particular events, but then also what America has done in terms of rallying together and moving forward after this particular tragedy. So he is definitely a great speaker, and I'm actually excited to meet with him and to hear him speak, and also just to get his take from overseeing the Arlington National Cemetery and all of those different complexities and all of those different components that he has done in his tenure with the government.
Great.
That's good. Very good. It should be a very good talk in regards to that. I've been to Arlington Cemetery several times. I have family members there to the point that it's so large now that the only way you can get around that cemetery is to have an app on your phone. Wow. And that will tell you exactly where you need to go, because on a daily basis, there are thousands of people there and they're having all types of ceremonies. So I've been there a couple of times now for family members that are there, and we still go back, annually to pay our respects to family members. So it's a great situation. It's good person to have to give a talk about that.
Yes, we're excited for it.
Thanks. Mm-hmm. So, Mr. Hughes, what else do you have?
Well, after that great kickoff last night, and it was some heavyweights there. Dr. Beasley from Clayton County School System, he was there. It was a lot of love going around for veterans. Chairman Turner definitely put it out there. He said veterans shouldn't be just honored on November the 9th. They should be honored every day because we have freedom every day. And he asked all, never forget to support veterans. When you see a veteran with a hat on or a shirt on, just go and tell that veteran, thank you. So it was a lot of love going around, and it was an honor to be there. And what I wanted to talk about, but I got off on some other subjects, is how those sponsors are like Clayton County Water Authority, Georgia Power Company, some other big names, how we would spend their money. And we'll go anywhere where a veteran needs help, but we want to do as much as we can for Clayton County and the veterans in Clayton County that reach out to us. And some of the efforts will be big, some will be small. Sometimes we get a veteran come and say he's about a $200 short on a car payment, or his car has broke down and he need $100 to get the car repaired. We want to support some of the other things that go around. If a church is giving out the turkeys or hams, we want to participate in that and say we can provide you 100 turkeys and 100 hams to make your cause even greater. So we just wanted to let the sponsors know that their money is not going to be just wasted and on senseless projects, but it's going to be towards spouses, children of veterans, organizations that some veterans are part of that may need just a little bump here and there every now and then to help their projects move forward. And it was just a great opportunity to let them know, hey, we appreciate their efforts and their sponsorship. Because like I was telling Mr. Anderson, sometimes we'll go to Chick-fil-A and we'll have to be begging. We'll have to say, look, can you provide us with 50 Chick-fil-A boxes so we can feed a veterans program event we're having? And then sometimes we have a little change in our pocket that we go and tell them, look, we need 100 box lunches. How much would that cost? And they would tell us $300, and we say, here's the check right here. And sometimes we have to beg, and sometimes we can pay, but their money will be used wisely. And I'm just thankful for them stepping up and being a sponsor. And hopefully some more will come on and sponsor as we move forward towards that date, November the 9th. And some of the things that we try to get some big name draws for our veterans program. We've had Lou Gossett Jr. We've had the former retired police chief Samuel Patterson, who was a helicopter pilot and crashed twice and still alive to talk about it. We've had Colonel Howard Butler from Fort Mcpherson. He's over logistics at Fort McCabe now. He's the one that's in charge of the military IDs and that type of thing. And he was a keynote speaker at one of our Veterans Day programs. And the last one we had was in 2019, where we had all Clayton County Veterans of the Month come and talk about some of their military experiences. So we've done some great things. We're the only organization that have had Highway 85 shut down twice for a parade. And that doesn't happen. You have to go through some stuff, but it happens. We've also had a flyover in Riverdale at one of the first Veterans Day parade. There was a whole lot of logistic work. It wasn't the standard aircraft. It was through the 3 helicopter Huey, I can't say it right now, Huey Packers. And they had to negotiate with the Atlanta airport, the timing they came in and that type of thing. But it scared the people at the parade to death, because when they came behind that water tank and dropped and that flapping was going on, even the police officers was kind of scared. They didn't know what was happening. So we learned a lesson from that. Hey, if we're gonna have a flyover, let the people know it's gonna be a flyover. So those are some of our accomplishments, and along with some of the elected officials, David Scott, Representative Rhonda Bernal, we've had a great relationship with the mayors of Riverdale, and we continue to want to support them. And we just enjoy working with them. And one more thing, we do have bragging rights, because we were sponsors for Kamala Harris when she came to Riverdale to support Stacey Abrams running for mayor. They needed a sponsor, and we had a little piece of change. So we sponsored her coming to Riverdale to support Stacey Abrams. And one of these days, I'm gonna write her and let her know you need to come back and revisit us again. So that's all I have. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I'm looking forward to talking to the keynote speaker, and I'm gonna see if I can get a shortcut to to get in Arlington National Cemetery when that time comes. So I thank everybody for the great job they're doing, and I'm looking forward to tomorrow's program. I just want it to be well attended, and people pull away from the TV, from the football games or whatever you're doing, and come out for an hour or two and just say thanks for these heroes and sheroes that lost their life in a bad situation.
Yeah.
One other
mention.
thing is Mike Glenn is one of our sponsors also. And in addition to what Arthur gave is to what we have done, we have given out food distribution on a weekly basis for almost 18 months now, and in Clayton County. So that was has been noticed, and I want to thank the people in the organization that made that happen. I sit on the phone and got it in place. Then I had to get my guys and my people to make sure it happened, and they did. So thank you, Mr. Hughes.
I think the young lady had something to say. You wanted to say something, young lady?
I wanted to say thank you to Mr. Hughes as well, and the Veterans Helping Veterans, because we are in the process in getting a plaque installed for the Gold Star families. That was one of the things that Mr. Hughes brought to the city, and wanting to put some type of commemorative plaque for Gold Star families. So I want to say thank you to that, as well as in the Riverdale Town Center, we do have 2 glass cases that we are always looking for any veterans who are interested. If you want to send us a copy of a picture from when you were in the military or during that time, and we proudly display those within the city's town center's vestibule.
Okay, thanks. One other thing, Bridget, tell us about Fort Mcpherson. That's another project.
Yes, for Mcpherson. Yeah, one of our our projects. This year we dedicated like $2,000 to support them. And so we're doing like $500 a quarter. And like the first quarter, because veterans they're residents of the dome there, the domiciliary there. There are a lot of veterans there who are homeless. Some of them, jobless, homeless, alcoholics, drug addictions, you name it. There are just a lot of veterans there who need our help. And Uncle Sam is not really able to do that. I can't get into those type of politics, but a lot of times the community, people like us, veterans, we have to step in and help our fellow veterans, especially when they are in such dire needs. And Fort Mcpherson has a dome that, they do a great job with these veterans. I believe their stay is maybe like a few months, but they help them get on their feet. They help them assist them with getting jobs and getting homes and things of that nature, getting off of drugs. And so we have decided to collaborate with them and assist them on a quarterly basis. We do like $500 per quarter. Like the first quarter, our focus was on providing them, the residents, with toiletries, things of that nature. The second quarter, we focused on recreation, because it's not just about, you say, oh, you want to help, someone, you want to give them just what they need. It's like, no, sometimes you have to provide them with an opportunity to just experience happiness. It's not just about, they need more than toothpaste and toothbrushes. They need basketballs, board games, card games, things of that nature. So our second quarter, we focused on recreation. Our third quarter, we focused on clothing, because sometimes they come with just one set of clothing. They just literally walking off the street or something of that nature. So we did mostly clothing and prescription glasses, things of that nature. the fourth quarter, I'm not sure what we're going to focus on, but we're looking forward to that. And we work with the woman, Miss Webb there. She is one of the, I really can't say I can't swear to what her job title is, but she is a wonderful, wonderful woman to collaborate with. We talk quite often, and she just lets us know, what everyone needs. And they are just so grateful to have that. It's not much, but it just means so much. You have like about maybe 40 to 50 residents during, one period of time, and we're able to provide all of them, with the same thing. So it's a wonderful, wonderful opportunity. And I mean, just please, I would suggest everyone just come on board. When you donate to Veterans Helping Veterans, that's where the money goes. It goes to those type of events, those type of entities, helping veterans, with their disabilities. So it goes such a long way. It goes such a long way. And we are just very proud to partner with them and just look forward to continuing that in some shape or form. But it has been a very good year for them and for us. And we are just super excited to have had that opportunity.
That's exciting. That's exciting because visually impaired veterans have the same philosophy in regards to helping the Southeastern Blind Rehabilitation Center at the Birmingham VA Hospital, where I was a patient 4 different times. The longest stay was 2 months. And I agree with you. There are veterans that come there with very little items, very few items. And I saw this firsthand, that they were coming without these items. And that was the start and the birth of Visually Impaired Veterans of America. So I applaud veterans doing business with veterans, the similar philosophy of helping those that don't have. And when I was the president of the Ben Hill United Methodist Church Veterans Ministry, of which Herman participated with me on several occasions, it was the same idea of helping the domiciliary there at Fort Mcpherson, because people that come there without coats, overcoats, there are a lot of different things you can do. And I applaud you. I salute you, Herman, and your group for what you're doing here in Atlanta, Georgia.
Well, thank you. And just to add to the end of what Bridget said is we're always looking for people to join our organization. We have a membership fee, but if you're a veteran or if you want to participate, we encourage you to come join our organization. And not only do we want you to join, we will put you to work if you want to working on some of our great opportunities that we have. And that's what we're all about. And while I'm doing that, let me help one of our veterans out, Reverend McGee. Anthony, you know Reverend McGee.
Very well. Yeah.
Reverend McGee has a project, the Vietnam Memorial in Piedmont Park. And in order to support that, he's having a buy a brick program. And the way you can do that is go to Vietnam Veterans of American website. And the website is sonsofatlanta.org. Go and that website, you can order a brick to support the program, or you can call a member of his organization, Tony Merritt. And Tony's number is 404-822-2056. Tony Merritt, and the project is Sons of Atlanta. The website is sonsofatlanta.org, and the program is Vietnam Veterans of America Memorial. So support our buddy Reverend McGee.
That's a good cause. Reverend McGee is very passionate about it, being a Vietnam veteran himself, and I'm Vietnam era veteran myself also. So let's support him tremendously in getting this thing done, making sure that we honor those veterans that served and lost their lives. As you said earlier, freedom's not free. There's a cost behind it. And those veterans paid the ultimate sacrifice, for serving this country, for the freedom that we enjoy every day. So enjoy every day. I mean, so great cause. Let's support them.
time is winding down, and we do have Veterans Day coming up. And Mr. Hughes is the chairman of our Veterans Day program. He's been it for several years. So anything up front you want to put out about that, Mr. Hughes?
Right now it's a work in process, and hopefully this thing start clearing out. We can get some of our members come back to the in-person meeting, and we can start planning for it. But we're reaching out. We've got some speakers in mind. We just haven't reached out to them yet. But like I say, it's a work in process. And I would love to get to General Russell Honoré to come back to Riverdale. I had him in Riverdale once before, and he was just getting ready to retire, but I would love to get him to come back to Riverdale. But he always said when he's getting ready to retire, you had to pay to get him back.
Well, he's
So
hot now. He's like a hot potato. But you know, one thing before we close, Herman, I want to give a salute to all of those service people that served in Afghanistan. You know, that's a 20-year war that is finally ended. We brought them home. We've lost more than 2,000 individuals in that particular campaign. But for those individuals returning, the VA system is going to be busting at the seams. We're going to have a lot of service members with all types of health issues, PTSD issues, and those kind of things. So you said earlier, let's salute a veteran. They're going to need attention. They're going to need support. And I just want to say, from my perspective, being a guy with boots on the ground, that we salute you, welcome home, and let's take care of these individuals that served.
Thank you. Ms. Williams, you have any closeout for tomorrow?
Just again, please come on out. So it's social distance. We're going to have a great time. The weather is going to be nice. From 2 to 4, Riverdale Town Center, 7210 Church Street in Riverdale, Georgia. Please come on out and fellowship with us.
Okay. Anthony, anything else on your mind?
Other than the fact that it's just want to salute and thank our guests for providing some great information. We want to welcome our guests back. We've been gone for a little bit, but now we're full throttle. We want to say hello to our third part of the gang, Gustavo Juliao, who's not here with us, but he's in our thought. But listen, we couldn't do anything without the support of Ms. Greer, our technical expert in making sure that this show goes virtual on FaceTime and on YouTube. And also a big shout out to our kahuna, our president, Ms. Penny Rogers, for her vision and making sure that veterans today and everybody part of the WCEG network is out here to provide good information to our community.
Well, thank you. And as Anthony says, Ms. Vivian Greer is the one that makes sure you got your Zoom links again this morning so you wouldn't miss them. And with that, I'm going to ask everyone to be safe, have a safe weekend, mask up and be smart. And we'll be back. WCEG Talk Radio and Veterans Today. We'll be back in 2 weeks with another guest. And thank all of our existing guests today. We had a great program. Anthony and myself is tending how to figure out how to make this thing work.
Yeah.
Herman, can I add one more thing about this weekend? Because by it being the 20th anniversary of such a tragic event, and with everything going on in Afghanistan, we have to realize that this weekend tomorrow is a very important day, but it can also be a pretty dangerous day because we have to stay vigilant, you know, because they're not done with us. They are not done with us, and they may be waiting for opportunities, you know, when you have all of these gatherings and, you know, you have people in and out of airports and stuff. So we have to stay vigilant and don't just focus on like the event, but focus on what's around you because, you know, they are not done with us.
Excellent comment. Excellent.
Excellent. Thank you very much. We appreciate that.
Thank you very much.
And
All
with that, I believe our producer is going to shut us down. So
Yep.
everybody have a good weekend.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.